Yes, thank you, Justin. So I let the floor for this first slide for Anna, please.
Thank you. So thank you for everything. So we start our program in 2015. And at some point in the program, and one thing that we really were keen was to always educate everybody in the company about all the topic concerning sustainability, because it was very important to say if not everybody is doing it once the sustainability director like me is leaving, well, it's not, the program is not existing anymore. So when we were looking for something very transverse, like crossing all the departments, we had a discussion with Sofies and we discovered Circulab. And for us, it was a great tool to train all the departments in the same time and then working together. So to create first awareness on the different topic on eco-design, but as well to start a momentum a bit on all those topics. And they also realized really clearly what happened in other departments and what was their challenge. So it was a great way for us for 2 years, because it lasts 2 years, to train all the offices to raise awareness around this. I think this was, and then to define with all the, I think Alban is going to talk a bit more about it, but with everything that came out with, it was easier for nous to define a strategy, a long-term strategy that came from the bottom top to the top during management reviews with the management. Yeah. I don't know if you want to add something, Alban.
No, it's clear. Thank you. So next slide, maybe. Yeah, so the idea, as Anna said, it was to talk about the long-term support, to see how the Circulab business game could help the long-term and global strategy. So we train not about 30 people because it's just one of the sites, but we train about 100 people in Dubai, Paris, Geneva, and Istanbul. We went there for 2 days workshop with the team. And what you saw on the left side of the slide is the pitch. So it means at the end of the 2 days, the teams, they had to present the new business model they created. And it's such a big moment and very interesting moment. The people, they are really engaged in the training, and at this specific moment you can see that it's working. We use and synthesize the work to bring it to the board of directors. So means not only we did a bottom up, but we discuss really to the board to find the next step and the decision-making process. And maybe I can give you the floor for the key learnings, Hannah.
The key learning for the staff.
You see the slide. If you see the slide, we write down the key learnings.
Yes. So the key learning. So we did identify a strategy for the long term that we defined we agreed with the management. So all the thing that came out of the Circulab, we brought to the management, and then we identified a long-term strategy, and then went back to the team. So then we had specific project. For example, we have a long-term project with Sofies, which is about carbon accounting with them, which is again a little bit taking further the Circulab. It was one of the elements that came out of the Circulab. It was how to make a decision with the right information, like aware decision. That was one of the thing. Then the common understanding, yeah, obviously I said it a bit at the introduction. It was the fact that all the departments were working around one topic. They could understand the challenge of each department, and this came a lot of time, and saying, okay, I didn't know that creative team had this challenge, the administrative team had this challenge. So this helped really to understand where the limits were for each department, and then to take this into consideration when they were building a project together. Because one thing is important, when we did the board game, we made sure that around each board there was people from every department, so it was really mixed teams. And of course, and this is something that I came up with Sofies from the beginning, I said if they didn't learn anything, at least they had a moment together, and it creates some team building around sustainability discussion. So, and they will remember that. So I think that was one of the key elements, and they did really enjoy it, to spend those 2 days. It's quite a lot to ask people to spend 2 entire days on a training, especially when it's all the hubs at the same time, and they really enjoyed it.
Next slide, yeah. Yeah, some ideas, results that go out of the box. I think the design teams are rethinking the use of single use. It's in progress. Really, they are really in it. A better optimization from the design stage, as we some of you know, 80% of the impact is at the design stage, and it's really important when you are an event management company to design in a good way. And finally, Anna talked about it. We decided to have to calculate the carbon footprint of the event at the design stage, but also to compare year after year if we have big event, and more at the design stage if we are on a one-shot event, to be able to focus on the right things and not to lose ourselves in too much details that doesn't add value. So thanks, Anna. I don't know if you want to add something.
Yeah, thank you, Alban. I just want to add one thing. I think thanks to Sofies, I mean, you're part of it with other thing we did, but you're also a big part of it. We're going to publish our first report, sustainability report, and it's also showing how we collaborate with Sofies for now many years. I mean, it started with Circulab, but it's, you know, extended to other projects together. So it was a great meeting.